All right, students. This is how we're gonna try the things the first couple weeks. See how they work. I'm gonna record the lecture here. The first one is what is government, and then we're going to sort of do all the hands-on activities in class. So lucky for you, you get to listen to me for the next 5 minutes or so. Okay. The key question that we're trying to answer pretty much is, what is government? How do we define government? Some of you, when you're asked that question, you think of the President of the United States. You think of the White House. That's the only thing you think of when you think of the government. Some of you think of Congress, and those are our two senators there, Grassley and Harkin. And some of you, that's what you think of. You think of Congress making laws and then writing laws and things like that. Some of you may even think a little bit more locally. We have a governor. And he makes all the laws for the state of Iowa. We also have a mayor in Grettinger, and he makes ordinances and things like that for the city of Grettinger. But really, you think of all these things, and it's all of it. You have the national government, you have state governments, you have local governments. They all sort of work together. Some have more power than the other ones. Obviously, the national government has more power than, let's say, just the mayor of Grettinger, Iowa. And when we think about the government, it's really, you have to look and see what is the basis. What is all this based off of? And to figure out what it's really based on, you have to go back to the beginning of the United States in general. And after we won this war against Britain, the founders, have this new country, and they get to figure out, how to run it. So they pretty much had open range. But what they did is, they set up this Constitution. You've heard "We the People." You've heard of the Bill of Rights. You've heard of these things. But how did they get to that point? The Constitution was actually not the first government that the United States had. We had what were called the Articles of Confederation, and you've probably heard of the Confederate States of America. During the Civil War, they broke away. They had a confederation. Well, after the Revolutionary War, we did that. I mean, that was the first government that the United States set up. We were set up under the Articles of Confederation, and what it was is this group of states that just got rid of a king, pretty much wanted to have some sort of government, but not have the person in charge have the kind of power that the king did. So they set up a government with really the weakest possible national government ever. The national government could not do anything. States printed their own money. There was no United States currency. There was no national army. States had to make their own soldiers and troops and things like that. So if someone declared war on the United States did not have a national army to fight them. So pretty much it had a lot of problems. In fact, 6 months after they set up the Articles of Confederation, there was already a rebellion against them. The national government couldn't raise money to pay soldiers because they couldn't tax anybody. So all these soldiers sort of got together and fought against the Articles of Confederation because they were so weak. So they didn't want. They knew they needed a new government, but they didn't want something as weak as the Articles of Confederation, and they didn't want something as strong as let's say, a monarchy or a king. So they had to sort of come to a compromise, and that compromise is the Constitution of the United States. It has been around for over 200 years, and we still sort of debate over it today. And it starts off with the Preamble, and this is probably one of the most important parts, besides maybe the Bill of Rights, in the Constitution. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution. So therefore, you have 6 reasons already in there that we're going to talk about, the 6 reasons why the Constitution was written. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to break down these 6 reasons, and I want you to think of ways that we have used them today. So that's all there is. Hope you enjoyed listening to me. I doubt it, but hey, you never know. Bye.